One problem, 5 solutions. Sleep. You have shit sleep patterns, which is okay. It's not okay. You need to fix that. But you know what? I got 5 good ways to get over that. So come on, while I show you this card that's supposed to represent you, and I'll show you how you can have better sleep. Step 1, only use your bed for sex or sleep. So yeah, that means no TikTok, no Facebook, no Instagram, no YouTube, no Netflix, nothing. Cut it out. But no, for real. It has been clinically proven, even though I'm not a clinician or a therapist, that only using your bed for the acts of sex or sleep help you actually get better sleep. And sometimes it's great to just create spaces for things. And yeah, you're gonna have bad sleep patterns, especially with your bed, if you do everything but sleep or have sex in your bed. Just make it a place for its own things and it'll be okay. But once you bring everything to this one space, that's when it becomes a whole hectic thing. Number 2, colder temperatures. I don't know, I don't see, and I can't guess why anyone would want to sleep in anything over like 68 degrees. It's hot as fuck. You sweaty bastard. At least for me, I can only speak from my personal experience about it. I just can't sleep in the heat. Like, I don't know if it's because I'm naturally just hot anyway, but I remember I looked it up when I had a roommate who would keep the house at like 70 something because he was from the islands or some bullshit. He would keep the house at 70 something, so I would either have to like drink myself to sleep or hope that I go to sleep at some point. But no, I looked it up, and yeah, you get better sleep when it's colder in the house. Try and get some control over your AC. Bring that down to like 60 something. I personally still have a fan. That bitch be on 8 out of 3 if I could. Try and literally find a way to cool down. You might have to sleep in the nude, which is fine. I do it. Helps me cool down. I'll be asleep. Try and build a schedule to where you can get at least like 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Now I understand everyone has different like working hours and different things they have to do throughout the day. Not only are we going to our jobs or on our job all the time with YouTube, but there still has to be some set time in order to get the best out of your night. What good is a Bentley that has no engine or transmission or gas in it? It's not going to do anything. We have to find the time to rest, and rest doesn't always mean just sleep. You have to find time to just like do nothing, and it's really hard to do nothing nowadays because not only have we been fed all this information to be the most productive person we can be in all times, but hustle and grind culture are really high. And while nothing is wrong with those facets of entertainment, I think it's important to not find time, but to make time to rest. Because if we don't, we won't. And we're going to end up killing over because we're so tired and exhausted. Take your time to try and build out a schedule for your sleep, or build out at least like 6 to 8 hours a night for sleep, so you can actually get rest. What it also has become hard to when it comes to rest is on our days off we feel like we still have to do stuff, and it's not saying that we should be completely lazy with all of our days off, but some of our days off we should be completely lazy. When's the last time your brain really did nothing? It's hard to remember then, right? So yeah, if you don't let your mind rest, or if you don't give this vessel just a rest at some point, it's going to rest on its own. The fourth one, I was kind of hitting on it in the third section, which is really just having a wind down routine. For me personally, like after I come home from work, I might eat something, shower, and then after that I'll get into some things I need to do before I go to sleep. And I try to be in bed before 1 o'clock. Okay, about 50% I can do it before 1 o'clock, 25% before 3 o'clock. Anything after that, there's just question marks and asterisks everywhere. It's important to have a routine that you know is like, okay, the day is over. I get to do this, this, and this. And you know, you might come home, take the dog out, shower, make some food, eat something, have a glass of wine, read some pages in your book, go to sleep. And that's a routine that you do and that you've built so that your mind knows, like, hey, I'm coming down from being up all day. It's okay to just like relax your shoulders, you know, your back doesn't feel out as tense. You know, so having a routine or having a schedule as to how you're going to start relaxing and winding down and going to sleep is extremely important when it comes to trying to get those 6 to 8 hours of sleep. This is all in a perfect world, you know. Does it, just because I'm trying to help you, does this mean I always get these amount of hours of sleep? No. But I have lived by these things as far as making a schedule, making time for it, and sleeping in colder temperatures, only using the bed for sex or sleep. These things have helped me have a better quality of sleep, even though the quantity of hours of sleep may not always be there. Last one, it's hard, especially for anybody almost at this point, unless you're just that disciplined. It's trying to not have any like TV or screen time. I'd say maybe 30 minutes to an hour if you're really good before you go to sleep. Obviously, I think a couple years ago there was like an uproar, or there was a lot of conversation going around blue lights in our phones, in our iPads, and our computers, and our TVs, like, and these things would keep us up, and that's why our sleep was so trash. So everyone just started moving to, like, I don't even know what you call it, but it's like your screen looks a little yellower. You know what I mean? Or like dark themes and things like that, so it's easier to just kind of drift into sleep. But it's still very stimulating for our brains. I would say 30 minutes to an hour before we try to like go to sleep, to be on our phones or to be in our laptops, to be on our tablets, to be watching TV, because that's just the life that we've started to live. But if you can, so obviously it's hard because it's almost like our phone is like another part of our wrist. But if you can, try to put your phone on Do Not Disturb. I know some people's phones automatically do that after a certain time, but try and put your phone on like Do Not Disturb and don't touch it until the morning. Or what could help is getting a separate alarm clock so that you don't have to rely on your phone for an alarm, so you can almost turn it off. But yeah, outside of those things, it'll help keep people from watching porn and stuff. But yeah, so long story short, just try to really keep your bed as its own entity for where you can have your things. Make sure it's dark and quiet and cold when you're going to sleep. But I listen to like rain sounds because they fucking slap. Especially like Jurassic Park rain, nigga. They got like Jurassic Park ASMR. Regardless, and that kind of defeats my point of like no TV. Yeah, colder temps. Try and build a schedule. That's really big. Have a wind down routine so that you know that your bodies can start knowing to relax. And while disregarding my love for Jurassic Park ASMR, no phone. An hour, 30 minutes before you go to sleep. Okay? Cool. Now, go the fuck to sleep.